Okay, let me how do I see that? Every 30 seconds, a person falls victim to human trafficking. Now let's really think about that. By the time I finish this sentence, that means another person, maybe even a child, maybe somebody who even lives in the same neighborhood as us, has been forced into a life of fear, control, and violence. There are more than 40 million people trapped in human trafficking across the globe, and today many of them are children. Hi everybody, I'm Holly Webb, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to help end human trafficking by supporting Polaris and Thorn, which are organizations that I'll get to a little bit further on in the speech. Now this isn't just happening overseas. It's happening here in every state, in every city, and yes, even in our own neighborhoods. Human trafficking is one of the fastest growing criminal industries in the world, and yet most of us know very little about it. Victims are often hidden in plain sight, and the system we have to stop this crime, these systems are underfunded and very overwhelmed. That's why we need to care, that's why we need to act. I've spent time researching this issue, using reports from nonprofit organizations, government sources, and even accounts from survivors themselves. I wanted to understand the reality and, more importantly, how we can help change it. So today I want to talk to you about 3 things. First, I'm going to help you understand human trafficking and what it really looks like. Secondly, I'll show you how organizations like Polaris and Thorn are making a real difference. And third, I'll explain to you how your support, yes, even y'all's in the room today, it can help save lives. Let's start with the problem. Human trafficking is not just a foreign problem. It's a massive issue here in the United States, and it's growing. Human trafficking exists in 2 major forms: labor trafficking and sex trafficking, and it impacts millions. According to the International Labor Organization, between 23 and 25 million people are currently in forced labor or sex trafficking worldwide. That's almost the entire population of Texas. And these aren't just numbers, these are real people with families, with dreams, and with the hope that someone will notice and help them. Traffickers usually use manipulation or threats of physical violence, and even love or promises of opportunity to trap people. And according to the US State Department, traffickers prey on vulnerability and young runaways or people in poverty, foster children, immigrants, and those that are struggling with mental health or addiction. And they isolate these victims and they make escape feel impossible. Back to what I brought up earlier, we have 2 very powerful organizations. Polaris, which is a National Human Trafficking Hotline, and Thorn, which is Technology Solutions to Stop Online Child Exploitation. And according to Thorn, traffickers now use social media, gaming platforms, and online ads to recruit and exploit victims, especially children. Trafficking has moved online and it's more invisible than ever. And despite how common it really is, it's also incredibly underreported. This is because victims are afraid. They don't necessarily trust the police. They don't know if they can trust the police. They've been threatened with violence, or sometimes, I know this is hard to believe, but they don't even realize they're being trafficked. This can happen a lot of ways, but they could be just very young, or not completely okay mentally, and so they don't even realize it. Polaris, the organization that runs National Human Trafficking Hotline, they've documented more than 10,000 U.S. trafficking cases in 2021 alone. And those are just the ones we know about. There are thousands that they go unreported each year. Now imagine these two organizations have everything they need. That's funding, staff, awareness, and tools. Imagine a hotline that never puts somebody on hold because they actually have enough people to answer every call. Imagine law enforcement in every city having access to Thorn's technology. Imagine a world where teachers know the signs of trafficking and every parent knows how to protect their kids online. This world is possible with our support. Polaris could expand its research, and it could serve more survivors. They could respond faster, provide more shelters, and help pass stronger laws to hold traffickers accountable, which is a big one. Thorn can make its tools available to every law enforcement agency in the country and develop even more powerful ways to stop these traffickers. We could save thousands, maybe even millions of lives, all by supporting the people already doing the work. Human trafficking is a huge growing problem. It affects millions of people, including kids, and it often hides in plain sight. But with organizations like Polaris and Thorn, there is hope. They're already fighting this fight. Like they're already helping victims escape. They're holding traffickers accountable. And they're using their innovation and their training and their compassion to make a real change. And by supporting these groups, we're not just writing a check. We're joining a mission to save lives and protect the vulnerable and build a safer world.